Hello guys, good morning. Dave Santarelli here from BreakingChartAlerts.com. Big morning this morning. Obviously, you guys see the markets are climbing here on news that the president may be released today. They're saying they're going to give an update this afternoon, early this afternoon, about his possible release. And obviously, you guys also heard the news about him getting out and doing a drive-by to see his supporters in front of the hospital there. Big backlash on that. But I wanted to go over a few charts here. Obviously, if you guys check out the news or the trade room and also the YouTube page, you'll see we posted our pre-market video there. Space is looking good, continuing breakout momentum. I'm going to have a price target on that of about $27 to $28 on Space. If you guys take a look at our MCD trade that we have, McDonald's is continuing to climb, making new highs now in the pre-market hours, $233.95 a share. So we're going to keep an eye on that. And then our Nike is continuing to climb as well here. We have a trade on Nike that's continuing to climb off that 10, $127.70 a share here in the pre-market hours. SLV, another one of our trades, silver, continuing to climb the pre-market, holding above that 10-day simple moving average. So again, today, guys, today is Monday morning. A lot going on today, so keep an eye on the markets. And we're going to see if we could find any good swing trade setups for this week for a possible paycheck trade and anything further like that here. But markets, I'm expecting, are going to remain volatile over the course of the next week here. So keep an eye. A lot of the airlines were upgraded this morning. Delta Airlines was actually upgraded to $54 a share. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Markets opening here any second. And here we go, guys. Hope everyone has a great day and a great start to the week. Snapchat, Pinterest are taking off nicely. You take a look at Snap. A few seconds here till opening bell. Snapchat continuing to climb, breaking that $27 a share here in the pre-market hours. What a climb. Pinterest doing the same thing, having a big climb here. Pinterest was just up to $45 a share here in the pre-market hours. It's at $44.72 right now. I don't know why that's not showing up there. There we go. $44.63 a share. Markets opening any second here. And here we go, guys. Markets are open. Good luck today, and let's make some great trades this week. Take a look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA is another one that's getting a climb here from that 10, starting its climb. Let's take a look at SPY for the first 10 minutes. And if you guys want to go over anything while we're waiting for the markets to kind of clear out its mind here over the weekend, let me know in the trade room, let me know on YouTube, and we can certainly talk about anything.
Announcing end-of-year corporate update, probably might end in November.
Let's put this on a today 1 minute. Looking at the watch list here. Nice climb on the opening bell there. Dow's up 220. NASDAQ's up about 98. S&P's up about 26 points. Tesla's getting a big climb, up 2.4% now. Take a look at Tesla quick. Tesla shares 425. 3-month daily chart here, continuing that breakout. Let's get back to SPY. Good morning, Ephraim. Good morning, team. Let's have a great week this week. If we could get SPY to break out of this consolidation box, we are going to be very bullish here. But for right now, we got to be disciplined and we got to keep our eye on the market. This volatility is giving us big ups and downs here, so keep an eye on the market. We got to keep an eye on Governor Chris Christie from New Jersey as well, because obviously he's got a lot more underlying conditions there that we got to be concerned about. Let's see here. Marvel, B. Riley reiterates buy on Marvel Technology. They raised their price target to $48. MRVL. Let's take a look at MRVL.
14% for BLIN.
MRVL 3-month daily. They raised their price target to $48. Stock's at 40 now. Keep our eye on that. This is one that I'd be having one of those One of those alerts above $41 you'd be looking to enter. Overstock's up about 3%. Nvidia's up over 2% once again. Take a look at Nvidia and VDA. Nvidia is looking prime for a takeoff here. Look at that continued breakout momentum here on Nvidia. We're having a nice day. We're up about $600 to start the morning here, and that's being fueled by our
PINS, Pinterest, report that Dan Loeb's third point has accumulated a substantial position in.
This is our McDonald's trade right here, up another 366. We're already up 68% on our McDonald's trade for the October 16th Expo. And you know what? With that being said, let's take a look at McDonald's, see if we want to close that up. McDonald's is still on the climb, though. You know, I'd hate to take profits a little bit early, but, you know, we got over a 60% gain here.
Shares of Pinterest hitting $45 at the high.
Alrighty, guys, we just sold our McDonald's trade. Ephraim, we are out of McDonald's. We sold at 4.10. We locked in a nice profit on McDonald's. Now I could look to re-enter. McDonald's trade is sold. And then if you want to put that on the YouTube there, our entry exit there for the McDonald's October 16th 225 call, we are out of that. I will post that in the trade room. Let me take a look at the trade challenge account here. I think we have that in the trade challenge account here as well.
U.S. Treasury 30-year yield at the highest level since late August.
All right, let's see. All right, trade challenge trade on McDonald's was also closed. That was for the MCD 220 call. We are out of that at 741.
Governor Cuomo to decide on lockdowns of New York City COVID-19 hotspots by later today. That's from Mayor de Blasio.
Nice locking in some profits on those. Our Intel trade still continuing to climb. Good morning, Ray. Nice to have you with us this morning. Vaughn Jones Bay on YouTube says Square is rocketing up. Let's take a look at Square. Square is looking great there. Nice breakout on Square. Let's see what PayPal's doing. PayPal has earnings coming up. If PayPal starts to break out, I'd love to do a quick little day trade on PayPal. We're getting a nice breakout here, though, in the market. Snap is continuing to run. Might do something with Snap here. Google is getting ready for a nice breakout. I'd love to pick up something on Google for possibly October 16th Expo, and we could have a tight stop here on Google.
GDOT, green dot, getting a pop here to the high, 62.46, up more than 5%. Golf Delta Oscar Tango getting price target raises from Craig Hallam and KBW today. That's GDOT, Golf Delta Oscar Tango. SINT, Syntex Technologies, getting a pop here on volume, $2.08. SINT. Company naming a new VP of Business Development today.
I love this Google chart here. I think we're going to make a trade on Google, team.
That's SINT, Sandy, India, November Tango. INPX and Pixon to acquire Nanotron. That's India, November Papa X-Ray, INPX.
Let's take a look at the option chain on Google.
Shares have been Pixon spiking here $1.33, up 10% for INPX, India, November.
What do you guys think about a paycheck trade a little early on a Monday?
Nanotron, leader in IoT and UWB Technologies. That's India.
Now, see, what I'm looking for here when I'm picking this trade is where is our resistance and where's our support. So we got some resistance right around 1495 up to 1500, and we have strong support here at around 1450. So the nice thing about this trade, if it goes against us, our stop's going to be about 1455. I just want to give it a little bit of time here. Still only 10 minutes into the trading day, but this is what I'm going to be looking to make here for a possible paycheck trade for this week. Could even go with the 1467.50, 1470. Going for about $1.50 to be worth $2.50. 2.5, divide that by 1.5. It's a 67% max net gain. That's probably, I'm going to write this down here, guys. So if I pick up this trade, obviously this is what I'm looking for here. Let me show you guys. I think I got to get a new battery for this mouse. Let me change the color here. So if I did something, this is probably what I'd be looking at. The 1467.50, 1470 vertical call spread for this week's Expo. Now, if I see the market starting to break out, this is what I'm going to be making. This will be a net debit limit order. So I'll change this down here, and I'll do net debit, and I'll put in probably about 1.50 or less. 1467.50, 1470. That means we'll have max gains on this vertical spread here if Google is above 1470 a share. I'm not making the trade just yet. I'm giving it some time here. Again, it's early Monday morning, so I want to make sure that the market is trending with us and our trades. SPY's still looking good. Diamond's looking good. Qs are continuing to take off here. I like what I'm seeing. This could go for about $1.25 now, which is nice. So I could put in an order here for 1.30. If that got filled there, that'd be a really nice trade setup.
Desperately need to be a form of compassion, not mentioning a stock.
Then you see how Google's pulled back about $3 since we started talking about it, and how that midpoint's come way down. So going to keep an eye on that. Not making the trade yet, but I am looking. The all-important news is going to be Trump's condition that they're going to be doing today. Watching Google in the background. SPY, I'm watching over to the right here. Let's take a look at SPY quick while we're waiting for Google to do its thing. Put that over here. Dwayne Watkins on YouTube says, Dave, do you ever have suggestions on what trades to make for those of us who cannot do spreads? I can only buy puts or calls, can't write options. Yes, Dwayne, we always give out some good trade ideas. Perfect example is silver and gold. That's going to be a good one for going into the November election. So if we look at SLV, yeah, you can see silver still up 1.36% here for the day, still continuing to climb. This is a nice setup if you guys want to get a nice trade there set up and ready to go. Ephraim, now take a look at the YouTube. We have to get rid of the text after at 4.10 exit. Not enough room there. So exactly what you did just after the exit, that's it. So Dwayne was asking about a regular call or a put. So here's a nice setup right here. If you guys take a look at silver, we're already in a silver trade that's doing really well. But if you're not in a silver trade yet, this is one that's going to be looking good going towards the election. November 20th, you could be looking at November 20th, and you could be looking at the 2250 call for November 20th. This one here, Dwayne, the 2250, I like the volume. You could go with the 23 if you want it to be a little bit cheaper there, but, you know, there's nothing wrong with the 2250. So you're looking at the 2250 call, and that's going for the 2250 call. That's going for, let me bring that up for you, show you how that's going to look. So you'd be doing a call
Coming up at 10, ISM
November 20th,
ISM
the 2250.
for September 61 expected. ISM non-manufacturing PMI 56.
The 2250 is going for about $1.48 a contract. So you'd be putting in a limit order at $1.48. Now, Dwayne, here's the thing. Not sure how new you are to options, but if you're picking up that 22.50 call and you're paying $1.47 for it, that means your break even is your strike price 22.5 plus 1.47. That equals 23.97. So at 23.97, you are broken even, right? 22.97. That looks like a 9 there. Let me get rid of that. And then for 100% return, all you have to do is add another $1.47 to it. So 1.47 plus 23.97. So that means at 25.44, that's where you have a 100% return. So that's not bad right there. 25.44 from now until November 20th Expo, which is after the election. You're getting up to that resistance. That's where we're going to have our next major resistance. So this trade could make you an easy 80 to 120% return if we get up to that 25 to 27.50 target profit area. So that's a nice setup there for you, Dwayne, if you're looking to make a solid trade there ahead of the election. And that's a lower risk type of trade setup. Now, let's get back to Google, see what that was doing. Google pulled back quite a bit. Do you see how important that was, of being patient and disciplined? I told you guys we're looking at that trade setup. It still did not break out yet. And if you look at SPY here, you'll take a look at SPY is pulling back from the highs a little bit. First candle below that 1020 SMA. You know, for our next big breakout here, I really want to see a candle above 337.25. If you take a look at Qs, QQQ, this is mostly our tech. You can see we're starting to break down a little bit. So 276.50 is going to be next support area for the day here on Qs. No problem, Dwayne. I'm glad I could help. Let's see in the trade room if there's any questions. Guys on Zoom, if there's any questions, let me know. DocuSign had a nice bump higher today. Let's see, because that's a COVID stock that's probably going to continue to break higher. Stock's up over 6% here already today. 6-month daily chart continuing to break higher. Let's take a look at, let me take a look here and see if there's any upgrades today on Docu. I know there was the one this morning. So Morgan Stanley upgrades DocuSign to overweight, announces a 260 price target on DocuSign. Let's take a look at DocuSign option chains. Docu. This might be one that's going to be good for this week's setup here. The 232.50 is quite expensive, going for about $6.75 a contract. We could certainly pick up a single contract of that during this volatile time here in the market and look for that run. So let's do that. Let's pick up the DocuSign call, expiration October 9th, and we'll look at that 230. Let's see, 230 is going for about $8. We could certainly pick up an $8 option here on DocuSign. Yeah, and I'm going to make that one in the trade challenge account here. I like that setup. DOCU, DocuSign, call, buy to open, one contract. I'll pick up the 232.50. See what that's going for, about $6.85 limit.
WWR resumed trading, 669 now, continued to spike here, 50% at the high, approximately.
Okay, we got a new trade, guys. Docu, October 9th, 232.50. We're in at $6.90 for this week's expo. We'll look for a quick 25 to 50% gain on that trade. Let me post that. Nice, Ephraim. Ahead of me. Great job, brother. Good morning, Zach Honka. Hey, Zach, we already locked in a trade, 2 trades actually, on McDonald's. Locked in a 60-some percenter and another one. 64% gain on McDonald's. Official trade, and then we also locked in another one there on the trade challenge trade. I think that was like a 48% gain. There goes DocuSign taking off here. DocuSign trade's already up 6%. There goes DocuSign again. Nice gains here on DocuSign. We're already up 11% on that DocuSign trade. Got a 13% gain on DocuSign. I already made a quick $100 on that, and how long have we been in that? There we go, guys. We're now up 15% on our DocuSign trade. Now, our target on DocuSign, let's say 250. Well, we have this week's expo, right? So let's take a look at that 240 target. We'll look at that 240 target from today to tomorrow. 240 to 250 target. Our stop on that is going to be about 225. Thank you, Zach. I also love the new YouTube setup here. It looks great. So, guys, if you guys are watching the new YouTube setup, what we're doing here is this is going to be the bottom there, the white space there. That's going to be our watch list each morning on the top white scroller. And at the bottom green, that's going to be our news. DocuSign still running. I think we could easily see that 235 target today on DocuSign. See what the markets are doing here. SPY. Pretty flat on SPY, not doing too much here. I think the markets really want to see what's going on with the president, which we're going to have an announcement a little bit later today.
And then OX, non-OX imaging hitting new highs now up 12.5%, 42.50, November Oscar X-ray.
These automatic lights go out every like 15 minutes. I hate it. I gotta figure out a way how to keep them on. DocuSign's taking off once again, guys. Big breakout on DocuSign. There goes DocuSign. We're now up 17% on DocuSign, continuing to break higher. There we go again. Another breakout on DocuSign. We're now up 19% on DocuSign.
Citron tweeting now, one recent
We're up
IPO
21% now on
significant
DocuSign.
advancement in mental health care in decades. This is the must-read Citron report for anyone who knows someone suffering from depression, addiction, anxiety, or cancer. That's from Citron now, second tweet.
Another climb on DocuSign. There she goes, breaking higher again. We're now up 23% on DocuSign.
CMPS getting a pop here.
Nice climb on DocuSign. Efren, I just closed out DocuSign at 8.50. Now I'll use, we made a quick almost $170 on that trade. Here is the DocuSign still breaking higher. Here is the DocuSign. We just closed it out at 8.50. It was executed. That was a quick $200 to start the day, guys. Quick $200 plus what we locked in on McDonald's. So great trade setup there. The DocuSign October 9, 232.50. We closed out at 8.50. She's still running there, but I told you guys what the target was, 25% gain. We made that really quick, so now what we're going to be doing is taking the profits and using the profits for a further trade here once we get that retracement. That DocuSign trade's now at $10 a contract.
Citron Research giving Compass Pathways $100 price target in their report. That's CMPS, Charlie Michael Papa Sandy.
Let's see what Nike doing. Nike trade is now in the green here for today as well. Nice gain on our Nike trade. Think an update on the president's going to be coming soon?
SPPI Spectrum Pharma getting a pop here, $4.19. Sandy Papa India.
DocuSign still breaking higher there. At DocuSign trades now going for almost $11. Space has a doji there. Be looking at a setup there.
Citron tweeting now, CMPS, a concept stock that is about to disrupt mental health treatment. FDA breakthrough status is just the start. This is a story to read as we believe the stock is on its way to $100 with TAM that we never see for one drug. That from Citron now. That's Charlie Michael Papa Sandy. Shares of Compass Pathways off the highs, 40.67 CMPS. PPG, Papa Golf launches PPG Santa Shield 3000, 5,000 polyurea coating system to address special challenges of food and beverage facilities. That's PPG.
DocuSign's pulling back now. Let's see here. Big pullback on DocuSign. And there we go. The YouTube is now updated with our trades for the day. Looking good. Love that setup there.
FUV, Foxtrot Uniform Victor. Doherty, Collier has a big call out that FUV. Okamoto released a...
How was your weekend, guys? How's everyone's weekend? I'm looking at SPY here. Take a look at SPY.
Well above current estimates.
SPY is continuing to climb here. Nice breakout on SPY.
Positive note from Doherty, Collier.
Getting right up to that resistance I told you guys about, 337.25. Let's see if we could break higher above that. Let's see here. Let's take a look at Nike. What is Nike doing? Nike's starting to break higher. We have a trade open on Nike that I'm going to be looking to close sometime this week here. Our silver trade's continuing to run higher for that November 20th expo. Here goes Nike. Looking at Facebook, I really want to see Facebook break above that 265. It's got base support at 260. There goes Nike. Nice breakout on Nike. Could you imagine that the president first got the Regeneron, then he got Remdesivir, and then he got some other type of injection here as well, steroid. He got 3 basically experimental treatments for COVID-19. That's pretty alarming to me.
Mentioned with a $100 price target.
I know he's our president, but getting all those cocktails at once. Regeneron CEO is talking about how this definitely helps clear that virus. Paula Jean says a lot of volume on work 29s this week. Let's take a look at work, which is Slack. What a nice breakout there on Slack there. Paula, did you get in on that crossover, or have you had it for a couple of days? That's a nice breakout. I'd be looking at a $30 target on work there, Slack.
Contracts on Skechers, Sandy Kilo X-ray.
It's a really nice setup there on Slack. Let's take a look, see if there's anything we could look at here on work. That's a nice setup there, Paula. Good find. October 16th Expo, the 27 strike, going for $2. Let's see when this thing has earnings coming up. Work doesn't have earnings until December 2nd, so plenty of time to jump into that. $29 strikes only going for about $1. That's not a bad setup either there, Paula. Might pick up a couple of these. I like that setup, Paula. Nice candle. I just want to see it really break above that 50, but it looks like it's going to hold above that 50. October 16th, 29 strike, 97 cents it's going for about. 96. Yeah, we could certainly take a look at that, make a little trade on that. Alrighty, Efren, new trade. I just picked up the work.
Contracts on that one, Sandy Kilo X-ray.
And we were filled at, let's see, how many were we filled at? Order status.
On October 20th.
We were filled at 98 cents a contract for that 29 strike call for October 16th. Paula, nice find on that. I like that setup there, Paula. We got continued breakout momentum.
CTIC, Charlie Tango India Charlie, moving here on some volume. $3.29, up 10%. CNBC's Eamon Jarvis says Vice President and Mrs. Pence have both tested negative again for the coronavirus.
Well, that's good. Pence tested negative again for COVID. And his wife. That work trade's already up 2%.
Regeneron's Chief Scientific Officer coming up on MSNBC.
Wow, Regeneron pulled back quite a bit, huh? Look at how much that got up to, almost 625.
Romeo Echo Golf November.
What a move on Regeneron from Trump taking that experimental antibody cocktail from them. He took that on Friday, I believe it was. It was on Friday because I announced it. It was jumping higher there in the pre-market hours. Guys, Facebook is continuing to run here. Looking good on Facebook. If we take a look at the today 1 minute chart, Facebook continuing to break higher here. If we take a look at the 3-month daily here on Facebook, what we can see and notice is we're getting above that 20-day simple moving average, and we got a squeeze going between that blue 20 and the red 50. You know, if we could break above that 265, I'm all out there and looking for a big run. There we go, guys. Markets are breaking higher. SPY, Diamond, breaking out new highs of the day. SPY today 1 minute. Here we go. New highs on SPY breaking out. Qs, Diamond ETF, doing the same thing. Here's Diamond, Dow. Continuing to break higher. Dow's now up over 300 points. Nasdaq's up 168, and S&P's up about 39 points. Let's see. Tanner on YouTube says, Dave, quick question. I have my Thinkorswim account set to 3-month 1 day, and my 10, 20, 50 SMA look different than yours. Okay, so I'm on a today 1 minute. If I move to 3-month daily here, Tanner, do you see it looks a little bit different now? And if it's not, make sure you're using the simple moving averages. And if you go to studies and you go to moving averages, make sure it is the close where it says field. It's the closing price of the day. And then obviously 50 is the red, the blue is the 20, and the yellow is the 10-day simple moving average. Does that help out a little bit there, Tanner?
George Yancopoulos, Regeneron co-founder, currently speaking on MSNBC. President Trump still receiving remdesivir.
Diamond still continuing to break higher here. Nice run on Diamond. Let's take a look at Nike. See what our Nike trade's doing. And Nike is breaking out beautifully. Let's see what our Nike trade's up right now. Nike trades up about 4%. And Nike is continuing to break higher. Remember what we were talking about on Nike. Take a look. We're definitely going to keep that 130 target on Nike. I think that's going to continue to run and break higher there. Tanner, did that help you? You get that straightened out. Look at that breakout on Nike now. What a run on Nike. Now up 7% on our Nike trade. SPY, Diamond pulling back a little bit here.
CBS reporting the White House press pool en route to Walter Reed Hospital.
Guys, the press is on their way to Walter Reed, meaning we're going to be getting an update on the president shortly. Oh, these lights. I wish someone knew how to keep these automatic. So, with no movement, these lights in the office shut off every like 15 minutes. Got to figure out how to stop that. There's got to be a way to bypass that. Guys, Facebook is still climbing. Take a look at Facebook shares continuing to break out, getting up to almost 264 here. There goes Facebook, breaking above that 264 a share, 264.07. If we break above that 265, I'm going to be adding to further Facebook trades. If we take a look at the 3-month daily chart here on Facebook, what I really want to see here is number one, we have that 1020 cross that already happened. We got the histogram. The histogram is now finally starting to show some green bars here. We didn't see that green bars on the histogram since we had this breakout. So that's really what's important here, is watching on that histogram there for that breakout. We already have the MACD that crossed. The MACD line that already crossed here, our signal line. So if you guys watched our lesson that we did on MACD and how it works there, you're going to know exactly how you use this MACD and the histogram there to help make you better trades and help manage your trades. So we got that MACD cross. We finally got the histogram showing some green bars here. Now we're going to have the next major resistance is going to be right around 270. If we could break above that 270, we're going to be looking for an easy 280 target. So we got T1. And then here's T2. Target 1, target 2. All right. We got the 1020 cross that's going to be coming up in a couple of days here if the market holds up. So I love that setup there on Facebook. Just keep an eye on it. Be patient and be disciplined. And know what to look for. And that's what we do in our afternoon classes at Breaking Chart Alerts. We trade live from 2 to 4. And we're doing more details and workshops basically on trade setups, how to find those target profit areas, the resistance, support, and the different type of strategies you could use on those trades. 10% of the world's population has gotten COVID, says the World Health Organization. That's it. That's incredible. Hasn't even been around for a year yet. Guys, SPY's continuing to break higher. Take a look at SPY. New highs of the day on SPY. Big breakout momentum coming. Now you see where resistance is going to be, right around that 339. Take a look at today 1 minute chart. We're continuing to break higher here for the day. Nice breakout momentum coming. Let's see what Nike's doing. Nike's still continuing to break higher. Let's see what we're up on our Nike trade. Nice. Our silver trade's already up 18%. Our Nike trade's now up 7%. Let me refresh that. 8% on Nike. SPY's having a huge breakout here. So is Diamond ETF. Take a look at Dow, Diamond, SPY, DIA. Look at that breakout on Diamond ETF. SPY continuing to break out. What a breakout on SPY.
German Economy Minister Altmaier says there will be no second lockdown for business to contain coronavirus pandemic.
Markets are still continuing to climb, looking good here. Let's see what silver's doing. That silver trade continues to climb here. Our work trade is now in the green. We're already up 3% on the new third trade of the day, work. Nasdaq's up almost 200 points right now. Dow's up about 340. Big day in the markets today. Silver, 3-month daily here. Look at that silver trade. That's going to continue to run here the closer we get to election. Love that setup.
MISZ, My Size, now tweeting on their earlier press release. My Size announcing launch of a new made-to-measure feature for My Size ID. Their company now tweeting on that earlier press release. Michael Yankee, Sandy Zulu. Shares of My Size getting a pop on that.
Intel's continuing its climb. So, guys, there's some big news that's coming out. The vaccine, when this comes available, it's going to be obviously sent on UPS and FedEx for delivery to states. And the airlines are saying they don't know how they're going to be able to handle so much capacity on their airplanes of freight plus the vaccine. So watch these freight carriers, UPS and FedEx. That's really important to keep an eye on.
CLUB, New York Attorney General James has obtained emergency court order against Town Sports International for unlawfully charging monthly dues to members.
Avilio, are you still in your PayPal trade? Captain, they're also talking about using UPS and FedEx as delivery. I think the government's going to do it, locally, aren't they? Distribution throughout the state. So I guess UPS, FedEx, delivers them from wherever they're manufactured, takes them to the state, and then at that state level, then the military is going to be dispersing them throughout the state, from what I'm understanding. Absolutely. They'll be using full military, Air Force, probably the U.S. Coast Guard as well. SPY's getting a climb off that 10-day on a today 1-minute chart. There goes SPY again. Another nice breakout on SPY. Nike is continuing to break higher here as well. Take a look at Nike shares. What a breakout on Nike. Getting up to almost 128 a share. Our Nike calls are now up 16%. Another nice breakout for Nike. What a breakout on Nike. There goes Nike again. Another big breakout on Nike, guys. Efren, I just sold our trade challenge trade on Nike. We are out of Nike. Trade challenge trade closed 2.90. Nice exit. We closed that out for a 22% gain. Efren, once we close that out, we could post that on YouTube there as well. Nice gains there, guys.
African swine fever risk area in Brandenburg extended in Germany.
The swine flu is in Germany now. Boy, that's all we need here now, right?
Fed's Evans says new framework would have limited earlier rate hikes. If used earlier, new framework would have left economy stronger. Expects rebound to pre-pandemic economy by late 2021. Evans says recovery expectations depend on more fiscal stimulus. More stimulus will reduce risk of extended recession. Economy has recovered more quickly than expected. Recovery path ahead of economy remains long. Jobless rate 4% inflation. Jobless rate to 4%, inflation to 2% by 2023. Welcome inflation overshoot likely after 2023. That's from the Fed's Evans.
you guys see how all these trades came right back. You know, the market pulled back a little bit last week. They came back. The trades were in the green, and we're locking in some really nice profits on these trades. That's the importance of following the trade plan. Follow the plan to profit. Use the profits from these trades to fuel your next trades. I can't stress that enough. It's so important to be using those profits on each of these trades to fuel your next trade. That's going to help you from blowing an account and having a big setback.
First Lady Melania Trump in a tweet says she is feeling good and will continue to rest at home.
Melania is feeling great. She's going to continue to rest at home. But see, here's the thing. If Trump doesn't have COVID anymore, why would they release him, put him back in the White House where COVID is rampant? You know, I think they're probably going to keep him at Walter Reed for a little bit. That's my opinion. Avilio, she's absolutely going to $200 a share. No question in my mind about that. 200, and then if she could break that 200, you're going to be looking for that 207 pretty easily. He still has the antibodies, Captain, but there's different strains of the virus. There's been multiple people that have gotten the virus a few times. So I'm not sure exactly what they're going to do. That's going to be interesting to watch and see what the doctors say. Let me see if there's anything on YouTube here yet stating about when the conference is going to be held.
CMPS, Charlie Michael Papa Sandy hitting the highs of the day now following that positive Citron research report. 43.88, shares up about 19% on Charlie Michael Papa Sandy, CMPS. CMPS now over $44.
Efren, that Nike trade on YouTube, we were in at $2.38 instead of putting closed at the top there. Let's keep that uniformity. 2.38. Look at SPY still continuing to break higher. What a breakout. Getting right up to that upper end of that resistance area. So that's going to be really important. Do we break that 340 and head higher here? Or are we going to fail at that 340 and pull back? That's what I'm interested in seeing this week.
Deutsche Bank CEO Sewing says banks are in a better situation than in 2007, 2008. Governor Cuomo to make an announcement at 11:45 a.m. New York time, possibly announcing more new shutdowns. The IOX, Bravo India Oscar X-ray, popping to the highs on some volume coming in by Osiris.
What a nice way to start the morning today, guys. Locked in some really nice profits today. Still breaking higher here. Nike is still on the run. What a breakout for Nike. There's John. John's back with us. John, you close out your Nike trade? Nike is breaking out big time here. Look at that breakout on Nike. We locked in some nice profits on that. If you remember, that trade was in the red. We closed that out for a 22% gain this morning. Efren, on OBS there on Nike, we were in at 2.38 the price. You have 2.9 and we were out at 2.9. Please correct that. 2.38 was the entry.
DUZI, Vuzix tweeting now, advancement of our smart glasses has led to assisting our frontline heroes and hospitals such as Johns Hopkins, UCLA, UFL to utilize Vuzix AR tech during the global pandemic that hit uniform Zulu India. Tweet from Vuzix. MPS Compass Pathways over $46 at the high.
What a nice start to the morning, guys. It's already 11 o'clock. That's amazing. That went by so quick here. So, gonna get off. We got our normal class here at about 11:30. Gonna prepare for that. And we will be live again at 2 p.m. So if you guys are not a member yet and want to get signed up, go to breakingchartalerts.com and join us for one of our monthly or yearly packages. And I will see you guys live. If you guys come join us, I will see you guys live at 2 p.m. Guys, great start to the week here. I love the way things are going here, and I love the unity here with our team. Great job, guys, and I will see you guys at 2 o'clock. Take care, guys. I'll be in the trade room for now while I'm doing the class, so I'll see you shortly. Take care and have a great day. Nice job today, team.